Can a shoemaker be called an artist? Definitely yes, if that shoemaker has the same skill and pride in his trade as any other artist and the same respect for it too. Today we will learn a short story of a German shoemaker who was settled in London, Mr. Gessler, a perfect artist. Why perfect? We will get to know in our story. So hello everyone, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine and safe. Welcome to your YouTube channel Revision Learning. So today we are going to read a very beautiful artistic story naming Quality, which is the 5th chapter of the Honeycomb English 1 book for the class 7 students. This short story is all about Gessler brothers and the art of boot making. This story is written by John Galsworthy. This is a short story. Short story has emerged as one of the most popular form of literature in the recent century. In this rapid world where man has no time to read long novels for hours, short story is a perfect choice. Our writer, John Galsworthy, was a prolific novelist, playwright, and short story writer in the early decades of the 20th century. As a writer, he reflects the contemporary sociological problems. His stories highlight the struggle of upper middle class to which he himself belongs. In the present story, Quality, he depicts a German craftsman who efforts to survive in an era where success is determined by advertisement and not by work. Quality is a touching account of a passionate shoemaker whose love and dedication towards his work is ruthlessly trampled under the juggernaut of big money. This is a kind of masterpiece by Galsworthy. Now students, let's start our story. The story, Quality, is all about the Gessler brothers who were shoemakers. They owned a shop in a stylish part of London. The shop was very simple and was as peaceful as a church. The author had known the shoemaker for many years because he used to make boots for his father. Mr. Gessler was the shoemaker who lived with his elder brother in their shop in London. The shop didn't have any signs apart from the name of the Gessler's brother. He used to make boots only on orders. Once, the author questioned Mr. Gessler if it wasn't awful to make those shoes perfectly fitting into the feet they were meant for. The man answered with a heavy German accent that it is an art. Mr. Gessler remained engrossed in his bootmaking most of his times and won't talk much with his customers most of the time. He strongly admired every piece of materials he used to work with. The boots crafted by Gessler brothers were of supreme quality and lasted for very long. But in one occasion, the author had a different experience. He complained about one of the boots to Mr. Gessler. To this, the old man promised that he would repair the shoe, and if he couldn't, then he would return the money to the author. He was a very honest and hard-working shoemaker who cared the smallest details in the boots he crafted. On one occasion, while placing an order for a shoe, the author was a bit absent-minded. He was wearing a pair of boots bought in an emergency from a large shop. Mr. Gessler looked carefully and pressed at a point where the left boot wasn't comfortable. With a sad face, he commented that it hurts the customers, but still the big firms don't have any self-respect. They lure customers with their advertisements and not with their works. He also became very angry that these big companies charge a lot of money for poor quality boots. The author had heard such things for the first time from Mr. Gassler. He felt bad and then he ordered many pairs of boots instantly. After several months, he went to their shop once again, but this time he mistook Mr. Gassler for his elder brother. After a while, he realized his mistake and learned that the elder brother had passed away. He again ordered many pair of shoes and soon after that he left for abroad. A year later, after returning back to London, he again went to his favorite Gassler's shop. The author realized that Mr. Gassler was looking more aged this time. It was only a year had passed, but from his face it appeared as though he has covered a journey of a decade. Mr. Gassler failed to recognize the author. The author, as usual, placed his orders, and this time the boots were even better than ever. A week passed. One evening, the author went personally to thank Mr. Gassler to tell him how great the new boots fitted him. But when he arrived there, Mr. Gassler's name was gone. Then he went in till he found out that the shop was totally changed. Suddenly, an Englishman appeared and it made our writer confused. Then he asked to that Englishman whether Mr. Gassler was in or not. "No, sir, but we can attend to anything with pleasure. We have taken the shop over. You have seen our name outside, no doubt, next door. We make for some very good people," answered the Englishman. The Englishman further added that Mr. Gassler was dead because of starvation. He told he saw Mr. Gassler working on his boots day and night. The man used to make all the boots by himself. He never allowed anyone else to touch them. Used the finest quality leather and worked hard day and night to complete the orders in time. He made the best boots in London with the finest leather, yet he lost it to competition. Everything that he earned went on paying rent for the shop and on buying leathers. He skipped his meals, working for hours for each pair of boots. Besides, he never advertised his shop. That's why he lost himself day by day. Our writer became very sad listening to the Englishman. He was very shocked and then he left with hiding his sadness. So students, this is all about your story, Quality. Now, let's see the synopsis of the story. This story is about a struggling shoemaker's dedication to his work. Our author or the writer knows him as someone who thinks and works with the passion of an artist to the limit that the shows he makes are masterpieces in themselves. But in the end, the story tells us about the sad loss of art and quality in today's world of mass-produced big brands and consumerism. Moral of the story: to become a master at any skill, it takes the total effort of your heart, mind and soul working together in unison. So students, I hope that you have understood this beautiful story. Also, I think you have learned a great lesson from the story that doing work with all your heart is a work of art. So this is all about your today's story, Quality. If you like my explanation, please like this video and share it to your friends. And also, don't forget to subscribe Revision Learning and press the bell icon so that you never miss any of our videos and updates. Till then, stay safe, keep studying, and we'll meet very soon. Thanks for watching.